Hey folks, George the DJ here again. Today I wanted to share with you, I guess it's a little remake or makeover of my DJ Facade and the light trees that I was using with my larger light show. I'm going to do this in two videos. So this one is just going over some changes I made to the Facade, which is Pro X FX Facade. And then I'm, as you can see, redesigned my light show where I've broken it down into two parts. The side light shows, or the side light trees, I should say. And then I'll show you in the next video a little different setup under the Facade, not much different. And then that rear light tree and how I'm using that. Just to give you a little background, in general, I do most of my shows at 200 people or less. I consider small under 100, medium under 200. I use the EV Evolve 50 with both of those, so it works really well for me. And I think one of the things that I like a lot is the fact that it's easy to load in. Now, I say most of my shows, that's probably 75, 80% of what I do is in that area or arena. So for me, this is my larger setup, or large medium if you want to put it in there. I would consider large up to 3, extra large up to 4. I haven't done a show over 225, 250 people where I've needed lights in probably 12 or 15 years. So I don't have the big truss or totems. I'm never going to use them. I had created this show because it was a little bit bigger when I wanted to go a little bigger, but still bring it into, 250 or less. And it was a great show. It looked something like this. But it's about 6 bags to carry in. Didn't take long to set up once I got in, but the load in and out was a lot more than I needed, and I never used it. So I came up with a couple of new ideas.
So the first thing I did is I added some reflectors. These are similar to the ones that I used on my tabletop facade. I think it looks pretty good. And then you do have a couple different ways you can use this. Like here is 3-sided, and that looks great. But now if you like, you can use a hectagon or 5-sided look like you see here, which I will be using this occasionally and with the second part of this video.
Now I also have a DJ booth. The facade, the table facade or tabletop facade is about 4 feet wide. The booth close to 5, and this is close to 6. So as I get bigger, I spread out a little bit. Some of that's just for looks and wire or cable management. Some of it's for safety. I usually just put my speakers on the outside. I don't have them set up today, but just wanted to give you an idea of how this looks. And I must admit, having these reflectors, especially on the back side, is where people mostly trip on stuff with me. And I think having them back here may actually help me as well. I'm still using the corner shelves, and you can see I didn't just put the reflectors anywhere. I tried to mix them up a little bit about where they would be. And then I took that light tree that's on the side. I removed the UV lights and other things I had. The X200, which was 10 watts. And now I'm using the American DJ Inno Pocket Pro and 2 pars. And again, like I said, I will use my other American DJ Mega Pars in the back. And it makes for a pretty nice show.
So each light tree is carried in its individual bag, and it's in 2 parts, the bottom section and the top. And of course, then I have a bag for my Mega Pars and my moving heads. All of it's pretty simple to set up, especially the moving heads, which you would think would take a while. Everything is pre-wired. After I take them out of the bag, put the stand together, I simply put the moving head on top, you see here, and then I plug in my PowerCon cable and my DMX cable. Very quick setup overall. Makes it easy to use.
But overall, this will take me 3 little bags to carry everything, not including the facade. I think putting the reflectors on the facade helps it not be quite as boring. And if you haven't noticed, I have reflectors here, and I actually have a little reflector here on the light tree so that it all blends together. Intentional is my goal, trying to get something that I could use a little more often. And then I will share with you what I did with the rear light tree as soon as I can set that up and do a couple programs. I'm holding in here my Makeover, which normally is behind me, but I don't have enough room in the garage to set this up, so I'm gonna move this out of the way. But I'm using it more behind me than with the enhancement scrims, and it's projecting really big on the wall. And as you see, I don't need a lot of other lights up front in my view.
So as you can see here, I take time to scrim this tree. It's 2 parts to the tree, and I leave the scrim on the top part. And of course you have to then put the 3rd part, which is Inner Pocket Pro. But the reason I do this is it helps it look great behind the facade. But if I want to put it on the outside of the facade or my DJ booth, I can. So I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. I should get a lot more usage out of it in the smaller medium areas and the larger area. And don't forget, I've got a part 2 of this video coming soon. I'm Georgia DJ, as always. Thanks for watching.